could be very, very important as to the destination of this championship title of 1997. John Ganey from Kilchannig is the match referee. He, like us, is just checking his watch on the halfway line. The final words of advice have been rendered as well. The final position switches have just seen as well with Gary O'Halloran and with the midfield partner of Ballinora there, Michael Tuig switching there. O'Halloran is going to midfield and Tuig is gone to centre forward. So that's the first throw of the dice by all of selectors this afternoon. The rain comes down, the match on the way, the ball thrown in, and straight away it breaks to the Kilshane midfielder Dennis O'Leary, who goes back a few yards and switches it to his centre back Eddie Agland, who sends it out this side of the field, racing over towards the sideline here. Early possession of course vital for both teams as Philip Cantillon gathers the ball in the right half forward position. Wearing 12 was playing it right, and a long delivery inside, but again the wind taking it there and taking it away to the right of the upright for the first wide of the afternoon, and Sam O'Sullivan, the Kilshane goalkeeper, just watching it go away harmlessly to his left, but that ball came in at a fairly rapid rate as well from the boot of Philip Cantillon, very well known as a soccer player indeed with UCC and a Collingwood Cup medalist as well with UCC. Now Sam O'Sullivan, his first kick out this afternoon, and as we said, it's against the wind, so let's see what he can do. From the left of his goal, right footed, he kicks it, and automatically there's a tailness straight away, and it's gone out to where it came from really, and that's Philip Cantillon, soloing toe to hand 50 yards out from the Kilshane goal and slipping the ball very quickly inside again, looking for the full forward inside. Des Lynch, a push on the back on Des Lynch, a free in, and the first free of this championship final and the first scoring opportunity for a Ballinora. Now wind advantage of course can certainly be a big advantage, but how players cope with it as well when they are taking frees is going to be vital here. It looks as if the number 15, Thomas Conway, the captain, is going to take it. He's electing to take it out of the hand. Will it be a wise tactic? He's striking it then, away it calls and away it goes, left and wide. John Fenton Daly, the early advantage as we talked with Ballinora, but no score on the board.
That's right, John, and Philip Cantillon was involved in those two attacks there, and as you mentioned him, he's actually not playing in his peak position of left half forward. He's actually operating right half forward and Declan Crimmon, and he's got the better of Declan in the first few balls. And as you said, the strength of that wind to be gauged by his two deliveries, one which went just wide, and he's free off the hand, which crossed from the right. He was probably the correct thing to do, but he drove it just wide at the far post. Sam Sullivan is now about to kick the ball out, and as he does so, it's being kicked very low, and they're going to be under awful pressure on this kick out.
And Philip Cantillon, who's seeing more of the ball than anybody in the opening minutes, has another opportunity. This time a big booming kick right footed in, third wide of the afternoon for Ballinora, and that's inside the 2 minutes. So they will be hoping that despite the wind advantage and despite their territorial advantage, certainly that they can put the scores on the board, because it is vital. Psychologically, of course, half-time can be a major time in a football match with a big wind in a game like this, when both sets of selectors and players wonder and assess the situation and what they've seen in the first half. The fourth kick out of the afternoon, Sam Sullivan, is his best by far. It's high over there for Richard. Then he kicked up the far side again in front of the Kilshane dugout, tried to make the corner forward who's over there now, Cronin, but it's gone beyond him. It's out over the sideline, and it's the sideline for Ballinora. The rain sweeping down here. Thankfully we are under a little bit of cover here. Glad to say that we're not getting wet this afternoon, and like to a little bit damp. Good catch inside by John England. Free out for Kilshane. The referee again at that particular point there, where that particular free is to be quickly taken by Kilshane. Their best tackle, but they try to make progress against the wind, trying to get it as far as Richard. Then he won there by the midfielder again. That's Brendan O'Shea, big Brendan O'Shea, sending it down the field, slipping it down into the corner, but the cornerback John England, that's Kilshane, should be out ahead this time. A very quick little hand pass from Maurice England, the brother, one of the four brothers in the defence again, and slipping out towards Tony Scanlon in the middle field, and Tony Scanlon driven out to Richard Dennehy low up the line again. Good possession football here this time. It goes as far over there as Tim Galvin. 60 yards out from the Ballinora goal, and continuing up, trying to get up to John Holly, who's roved over there to the far side of the field. Is beating them out over the sideline. It's the sideline for Ballinora. That's the closest to Ballinora having to survive a bit of pressure in the opening minutes of this game. Their fullback Alan O'Neill, very solid fullback Alan O'Neill, kicks it from over there on his own 14-yard line. 2-3 men in the green and red go for it. One gets it in the middle of the field, kicked down the field by Brendan O'Shea, trying to get the full forward into the action below. Des Lynch, right here, Des Lynch has gone out to the corner, but again the strength of the wind being evident, John, as it carried it way beyond the forward line.
Yes, and John, in fact, in many cases, you know, you think if you have the wind behind you, you have an advantage, but it depends on where you kick the ball, and on that occasion, that ball that came up from Alan O'Neill, which by the way is very impressive young fella there playing at full back, but that ball came down the right and it was just driven in basically into space inside the right corner, and the corner forward ended up hoping the world of getting that ball. In fact, Rayfield Murphy, the full back, didn't even have to run after his man because he knew it was going wide. Sam is about to kick the ball out again, Ballinora will want to play the ball with a little bit more purpose with the wind if they want to make the best use of it.
We've yet to see a score. We played almost 5 minutes here in the junior final. What can they do this time with their centre back Finn Ballinora, who's going up into it? Outside again towards Thomas Conway, the captain, from the left-hand side. High, long kick again, but that's the 5th wide of the afternoon, and certainly they're adding up from a Ballinora point of view inside 5 minutes. They will be concerned about that, and Kishgame, I suppose, overall will be happy enough with the way this one has progressed. Looking at the Ballinora selectors, Mark O'Shea, Dennis O'Neill, Tim Toomey, Brad O'Donovan, of course, the former O'Donovan Russell Skibbereen star, and John Brosnan, the team manager. Good Kerry input into the Ballinora team. Certainly 3 of the backroom teams certainly hailed from across the county bounds, hoping to bring some of the Kerry magic to a Cork final here this afternoon. Sam Sullivan, glad to see the wind just ease out as he took that kick out, but it comes in the middle of the field again to Brendan O'Shea, who's in the booming kick inside again. Sam Sullivan could be there on the full back position. There's a scoring opportunity. This time it's over the bar from Martin Murphy, the first one of the afternoon. Murphy picking up the pieces on between the 21 and the 14 and pointing for the first time this afternoon for Ballinora. And on the Ballinora, certainly that will be maybe not a fair reflection of the amount of their shooting. Certainly the kick was taken with a lot of care. You've got a vital goal against Ballingeary earlier on in the championship when things were not going well for Ballinora, and he's put his team ahead this afternoon. 1 point to no score here at Carrigal Drogheda, and we've played just almost 6 minutes. This time the wind drops a little bit again, and that coincides with a good kick out by Sam Sullivan again. Goes as far as the halfway line, picked up by Denny O'Leary. Denny tries to give it very quickly with the hand pass, but Brendan O'Shea is there, the big number 8, could have a big influence. The ball has broken inside the cornerback, Donny England, and this time the referee says a push in the back and a quickly taken free out by the men of Kishgame. Quick delivery up the middle of the field. They're looking for Tony Scanlon there. Tony Scanlon again, beaten by Brendan O'Shea, who's seen a lot of the ball. It out to a shot coming in. This time it's gone over the bar. A second point this afternoon, and a shot coming in from Gary O'Halloran. In fact, the man who's gone to midfield, Gary O'Halloran, named at number 11. And the 2 midfielders combining very, very well there. O'Shea winning the ball and Toohey putting it over the bar, and that's more like it from a Ballinora point of view, John.
That was disappointing from Kishgame's point of view, John, because that ball came into Sam Sullivan. There was a quick free, and you know he used it very well. He played it out to Declan Crimmin, who in turn tried to give it to Tony Scannell. Tony slipped. The ball was picked up, I think, by Michael Toohey, who gave it to Gary O'Halloran. Gary turned on his left foot from the middle of the field, and from the second he kicked it and tried and pick up a few scores.
Yes, Noel Mean and John Hullahy were involved in a little bit of a contest off the ball there. Just a quick word from the referee. It's settled down again. The kick out is taken in the middle of the field, caught by Richard Dennehy. Richard getting it out towards his wing back. Declan Crimmin for Kishgame, wearing number 7, sending the ball up, looking for young Eamon O'Mahony. O'Mahony going down well. Nice little hand pass back again towards Declan Crimmin, who's continued his run from left half back to left half forward. And Tony Scanlon in the middle of the field again. The rather low delivery. The Kishgame man slips inside. Should be food and drink in defence there for Alan O'Neill. Solid full back. Alan O'Neill gives it to us. The centre back Finn Ballinora, and Finn Ballinora with a high kick out of the fence. Not a particularly long booming one. It takes plenty of time to drop, and it drops eventually towards Gary O'Halloran, who's moved out, as we said, to midfield. Ballinora building down the left hand side of the attack, and a good sweeping movement down the field again. Comes back again to Gary O'Halloran on the 21-yard line across the face of the goal. He sends it across, dropping dangerously towards Martin Murphy. The cornerback should be there for Kishgame. Good play in the corner by Donny England. Gets it out towards Declan Crimmin, and Declan Crimmin getting it as far as Tony Scanlon. Tony Scanlon way back in his own half back line. Up towards the middle of the field again. 2, 3 players from other side going to try and contest their break. Away to the Ballinora man, 1 and kicked down the field by Noel Mean. Noel Mean with 7 in his back, gets it down, looking for the left corner forward. It might break inside towards Thomas Conway. Scoring opportunity for the captain over the bar. Good point, good slick movement indeed, and certainly Ballinora beginning to work a little bit of magic now, getting the confidence from the early score of the afternoon. And John Fenton Daly going well at the moment. The third in the afternoon for the Mid-Cork men.
Yeah, they are going well, John. Unfortunately, John England, he had made up his mind there. You know, you're often in 2 minds. There was a hard ball coming in fairly high, and he went for it. And you know, if he got it, it would have been a great ball. But the sprint of the ball, there was fair momentum in it, and it got inside Conway. And in fact, young Thomas Conway, I suppose, did the right thing, but he actually could have gone for a goal from that point, and they got a good score. But remember, it is a gale force wind, John. It is very difficult to play against it. But Kishgame will have to try and work a bit of ball up. As I said, if they have to keep in touch, Ballinora appear to be more committed at this stage.
Ballinora lead by 3 points to no score after 9.5 minutes, thanks to that point from their captain Thomas Conway. From the kick-out, certainly a longer distance being executed by Kishgame with these kick-outs. Eamon O'Mahony, the full forward, well, you can call him left half forward where he's standing at the moment. 14 still in his back though as he slips the ball inside to the attacking full back Declan Crimmin. Great reverse pass to Eamon O'Mahony. Lovely play to Jimmy Dennehy. The first taste of action for Jimmy Dennehy. Goes inside his marker, tries to slip across the face of the goal. Scoring opportunity. Could this be a goal? It is a goal for Kishgame, and the man that's got it. The man with with 10 on his back is Niall Cronin. The first attack in anger from Kishgame. Jimmy Dennehy involved in it. How often we've said that. He slipped it across, and Niall Cronin, a good finish from close range, John.
Good finish, John, but you wouldn't want to forget that the real maker of that goal was Eamon O'Mahony, because he walked the 1-2 with Declan Quillen, got the ball back, and just when the vital moment to give the right ball, he gave it into Jimmy Dennehy. He still had work to do. He was his man. He took a great shot to try to carry the well to save, but it came back to Niall Cronin. In that situation, he always had a chance for a rebound. Cronin got it, and he absolutely buried it. He kicked it with his left leg into the roof of the net, and that really opened the game up. The wind has died a small bit at the moment, but I'm sure that it's only going to spur on Ballinora, because they look to be a very, very determined outfit.
We're all square after 10.5 minutes here, and a fine contest now in prospect. A goal for Kishgame, 3 points for Ballinora. The attack being mounted again by Ballinora and Thomas Conway in the left corner, trying to get it in towards the full forward inside. Des Lynch, one full forward involved at the other end of the field this time. Des Lynch's shot goes into the arms of Sam O'Sullivan, who sees a waiting man, that's Tony Scanlon, who uses the fisted pass to give it to Declan Crimmon, who makes a lot of progress out of his defence now, stepping inside the onrushing Des Lynch, who's trying to chase back, and this is good, attractive football built up now as far as Richard Dennehy, the centre forward for Kishgame, 60 yards out from the goal. Great run up the field again by the goal scorer. By John O'Holly, I should say, the left half forward. Great toe to hand by John O'Holly. Got toe, slipping the ball inside towards Eamon O'Mahony. Is this a second goal? It is a second goal. Into him stuff, and a great goal for Kishgame. Walked from one end of the field to the other. The mighty All Blacks can do it in rugby from one end to the other, but certainly John Finton Daly, they would take their hats off to that movement by Kishgame. A second goal. They lead 2 goals to 3 points.
Amazing game, John. Of course, with weather like this at this time of the year, you can get all sorts of strange sort of happenings in a match like this. But I'll tell you, it came from shot low ball, and again, Eamon O'Mahony's had a great match. And again, for a change, he was the man at the receiving end of that ball inside. He was the last man inside. John Hurley, he made a run. John has got some great goals in this championship. He made a great solo run, drew the defence, stayed inside, and Eamon had the confidence to actually sidestep the keeper and pick his spot in the roof of the net. A great goal, and at the moment, Jimmy Dennehy, he knows the ball at the right corner. He's been pulled down, and I think the man is going to be booked. His man is going to be booked. He's finding it very difficult to hold Jimmy, who is a superb brain for the game, needless to say. They have a free over from the right-hand side. It's a great start for them, but remember, it's early days yet, and often you can play well and have more chance of getting goals against the win.
Quickly taken free as far as Richard Dennehy. Richard Dennehy has it. He sends it back out again. Scoring opportunity again. This time, has it gone high? No, it's just gone away to the right from Tim Galvin. And therefore, they are coming in from the Kishgame right half forward. But a dramatic opening to this game. Certainly, Ballinora had to work very, very hard for those 3 scores. They led by 3 points to no score, but then really sent back on their heels by the 2 tremendous moves by Kishgame. Really very attractive football, and that second goal in particular, an end-to-end movement with the young and the old combining for Kishgame. The under-21 team still in the championship. Remember, 6 players over 30 on this Kishgame team, but the youth and the experience working together. They're coming in, getting the ball as far as Tim Galvin. Now Ballinora need to steady their challenge a little bit. Dennis Lane in the left cornerback position gets it to Des Lynch, and Des Lynch, a long booming kick down the field, goes as far as the full forward below. That's Des Lynch, I should say, getting it down the field again. Who has it? The number 9 in the middle of the field is Michael Tuig again. Michael Tuig switching the direction of the play. A good left-footed ball over the far side towards his captain, Thomas Conway. That's a good ball. Conway coming in on the right foot from the left-hand side of the field. Sam O'Sullivan just fisted out. Will it break to Rayfield Murphy, the full-back there? No, it gets a ricochet off the Kishgame man and comes out, breaks well to Tony Scanlon, getting it up the field again towards Tim Galvin over there. Galvin now 60 yards out from his own goal. The ball gone out over the sideline off the leg there of the Ballinora man. That's Kieran Conway, and that's going to be a sideline for Kishgame. It certainly is all happening here this afternoon in Carrigadraw. We might have been wondering if weather conditions would impair the standard of this game, but certainly for excitement, it has been great so far. Very, very entertaining. Even better for Kishgame if you're Kishgame follow. They'll lead by 2 goals to 3 points. John Holly with the ball now on the halfway line, battling hard. This is a very talented footballer. They do Halliman slipping inside his mark again. His marker is Noel Meehan, has gone across to Markham. Nice hand pass, nicely off to Jimmy Dennehy, who's all alone. There just to leave Jimmy Dennehy all alone. He runs at the attack, gets it inside again, looking for Eamon O'Mahony. A final impact, but this time Alan O'Neill is there, and Alan O'Neill is fouled by Eamon O'Mahony as he tries to win the ball. O'Neill had won the ball, and indeed Eamon O'Mahony being penalised for that. That's going to be a free out for the men of Ballinora. A little bit of a history about these particular clubs. Ahabolla, Canterbury, Ivaleri, Clonjahad and Ballingeary all fell to the men of Ballinora in the divisional championship before they defeated Cossey Rovers and Garnish. Really spirited performance against Garnish in the championship semi-final. Here Ballinora now with their full-back Alan O'Neill. That quickly taken free was taken by Dennis Lane. It went back to Alan O'Neill, and O'Neill has sent the ball already down with wind advantages, travelled all of 70 yards below, pushed in the back. The referee sees that from a long way off. Close range free and an opportunity for Ballinora to put one of those points back. They're 3 adrift at the moment. 2 goals for Kishgame, 3 points for Ballinora. The free being taken down at the far side of the field, quickly taken one sent high and put over the bar. So Thomas Conway, the captain, has put that one over the bar, and that's the 4th one this afternoon for Ballinora. But 2 goals on the board from Kishgame, and remember, we have to emphasise as well that the wind advantage very much with Ballinora in the first half. Just at the midway point of this first half, 15 minutes gone, you're listening to 103 FM County Sound live from Carrigadohid in association with Flo Griffin Electrical. We bring you the story of the championship finale in the Junior Football Championship of 1997, the Battle of Duhallow and Mid-Cork. And right now it's a Duhallow man, and Samuel Sullivan, the Kishgame goalkeeper, certainly getting much more length into the kick out. The wind certainly seems to have eased with the progression of this half. Totahan now, Dennis O'Leary for Kishgame going forward, low delivery inside again, looking for Jimmy Dennehy. Jimmy Dennehy gone inside, is marking on the 21-yard line, an awkward angle. He's trying to go inside. Dennis Lane gets that to the left foot again, another scoring opportunity, put it high and over the bar. Sweetly taken point again. Jimmy Dennehy's bag of tricks and evidence again. A fine score indeed by Jimmy Dennehy again, John.
Yes, he's having a very good game. He got a lovely through ball there from Morris Tang, and of course Morris is such an experienced player, and they look up to him so much, and he has been the man who has really driven Kishgame. He's the engineer team from right half back. He makes great runs. He found Jimmy the long ball. Kieran ran the right back. I think he had desperate roasting for Jimmy Dennehy here at the moment, and I think that they're going to have to move him because it's proving very, very difficult for them. In fact, I think he's switched. They've already switched and switched back again, the 2 cornerbacks. So the fierce pressure. Jimmy appears to be on fire, and when he's on his game, it's very hard to do anything with him. He could have got a goal there, but he drove it over the bar, and I think Eddie Carey could have seen it into Eddie Carey when he came at him there on a 1-to-1. It's going to be very hard to hold Jimmy. But remember, John, that even though they're against the wind and have a nice lead, I wouldn't be fooled by that, because it's often easier for forwards to get opportunities against the wind, and in the second half they mightn't get those opportunities or as much space as they are at the moment.
Yes, Kishgame have been more productive with the chances created at the moment, but Ballinora just 3 points behind. The centre-back Finn Balleri sent a long booming kick inside, going as far as Kieran Conway, way out on the left-hand side there, trying to get inside John England as they try to make progress down the left-hand side of the attack. Have to go back out a couple of yards again towards Brendan O'Shea. Long kick, long delivery inside by the full forward. It's gone away left and wide of the post as well. Again, at this stage, certainly the wide cones beginning to build up. Just a reminder of the match played earlier on this morning. Again, bring you the score update from that Kilshannig match, the Ty Crowley Cup semi-final at Ballineel. Kilshannig 4-4, Bantry Blues 14 points. That's the result of the Ty Crowley Cup semi-final. More, of course, on all the sporting happenings throughout the course of the afternoon here on 103 FM County Sound. 17.5 played here in Carrigadohid. Samuel Sullivan, probably the busiest player on the pitch in the first half, certainly has had plenty of use of the right foot as he exercises it now and kicks it out. John O'Hollihy burrowing away in the middle of the field there for the men of Kishgame, but this time it's Michael Tuig who steps into the breach for Ballinora, going wide right to try and make a bit of an angle, but Hollihy is back there again, eager beaver at Tuig's feet. But Tuig, great play by Tuig, he's gone inside his man again, he strikes it again, this time trying to flick it away with the outside of the foot, but the finish again not up to the highest standards, and that I'm sure will be a little bit of concern for Brad O'Donovan and Tim Toomey as they walk over the far side of the field and trying to encourage their chargers here. The Ballinora supporters who were really in great voice in the opening moments, just a little bit muted, and understandably so, of course, by that tremendous bust there by Kishgame with 2 goals in the space of a 3-minute spell. 2 goals and a point into 4 points in favour of Kishgame here in Carrigadohid. The watch tells us we've just 12 minutes remaining in the first half. Sam Sullivan resuming a great fist in the air there, sent up by Eddie England, gets it as far as the halfway line again, and first time clearance by Alan O'Neill, the fullback, no messing there, uses the right foot to send it away down towards Kieran Conway over there. Kieran Conway right footed, striking it high, putting it high and putting it over the bar. Excellent score indeed by the Ballinora man. Point coming in there indeed, and that's their 5th one of the afternoon, and that's an excellent score for Ballinora, probably the longest range that they've stuck a point over. As we said, with this win it can be difficult, but Conway really making light of it at the moment as he struck it straight over the crossbar and between the uprights, and it's back now to just 2 points between them. And Sam Sullivan in that very white jersey down there preparing to kick out again. John at the moment is very delicately poised and superbly poised in fact.
Yeah, absolutely, John, and I'll tell you, from midfield up, Ballinora have done nothing wrong with this win. They've got quite a few scores and a respectable total, but remember Kishgame have hit him on the break, and that's nothing new because Kishgame's great strength at hitting teams on the break right through the championship over the last 3 years. They're tremendous at that, and as I speak, Eamon O'Mahony's got another ball right through.
Great Quick ball inside towards Eamon O'Mahony on the 21. What does he do? Steadies and points it over the bar. Good intelligence shown by Eamon O'Mahony there. Just stopped for a moment, assessed the situation, maybe for a second. He thought about accelerating forward and looking for a third goal, but he judged the situation perfectly and just gently put it over the crossbar. Another point for Kishgame. 2 goals and 2 points for Kishgame. The men in the all black. 5 points for the green and red of Ballinora. Ballinora with wind advantage. The ball with their goalkeeper, the very experienced 26-year-old solicitor Eddie Carey, who played, of course, with Cork in Australia in 1988 when the under-17s toured out there. He is now in a county final with his native club. A long kick out, gets a bit of help down there, goes all the way down to Tony Scanlon, sends it out towards Declan Cremin, who's finding plenty of space as he counter-attacks on the left-hand side of the Kishgame attack. He's gone to a more central position now as he sends it up over there. Dennis Lane, the left cornerback, running over there to try and get it ahead of Niall Cronin. Dennis Lane has it, goes around his man, kicking it right footed down the field, just goes as far as the halfway line, should bounce favourably for Tony Scanlon. Tony Scanlon giving it out towards Maurice Anglin over there, right half-back for Kishgame on the halfway line, or left-footed kick up the line, doesn't go very far, but gets to a target up there towards Niall Cronin. Niall Cronin 40 yards out, coming across the face of the 45-metre line now, making a bit of space for himself, intelligently giving the ball out towards John Hurley. Good approach play again by Kishgame. Have they lost their way? Another short hand pass inside towards Richard Dennehy, looking around to see what's on for Dennehy. Dennehy still retains possession, getting inside again. Quick reverse hand pass towards Declan Cremin. Shot from Declan Cremin, number 7, playing in a number 13 position almost over there, away to the right of the upright and wide.
Yes, John, and interestingly enough, I think that's actually only Kishgame's second wide, and they walked the ball across there. Niall Cronin got it up from the wing. Raphael Murphy started to move through Maurice Anglin, quick into passing the ball, and what I think you would agree with me here, one thing Kishgame has done extremely well in this first half against the strong wind, they judged the wind so well, and they've hit some very long ball in a one-to-one situation inside, and in particular the players benefiting from that are Eamon O'Mahony and Jimmy Dennehy. And as I speak, Jimmy Dennehy is the marker, Kieran O'Riordan and Jimmy have been spoken to by the referee. There's a bit of argy-bargy going on. Eddie Carey, I think, is only kicking the ball out for the second time from a wide ball, and I think Ballinora probably has 7 and 8 wides at this stage, and they're bringing on a sub. Kishgame are going to be happy with the way things have gone with the amount of possession, but they have used the ball very well after the initial 5-minute period.
Yes, the trouble in defence for Ballinora has been reflected. They've made a little bit of a reorganisation back there. Looks as if Dennis Lane is the one to make way as they reorganise in defence, and it could well be Cathal O'Connor who's come into the action. We'll just check that in a moment. They're building again on the halfway line with their centre forward, come midfielder Gary O'Halloran, sending it down the line, out over the sideline, and that's going to be a sideline for Kishgame. Ballinora, very much known as a hurling club, of course. 1932 they won the County Junior Hurling Championship. They only went up to A-grade football in 1980, but they won the championship in 1990, and of course won subsequently the double in 96 and 97. They're on the attack over there. They're going to get a free as well because there's a foul over there by Maurice Anglin. 2 to 5 points if you've just ran. There's 3 points. A drift quickly taken free by Brendan O'Shea for Ballinora. Should be meet and drink to Raphael Murphy. Fouled as he gets the ball free out to the men of Kishgame. In fact, John Anglin, the man that caught it there, the right cornerback, gone across to a more central position, leaves the ball on the ground towards Raphael Murphy, who in turn will leave it to Sam O'Sullivan, the goalkeeper, to take this kick out. There's a steady drizzle falling here again this afternoon in Carrigadraw. It is blowing from left to right with the wind and with the rain, but as we speak to you again, the wind certainly seems to have abated somewhat. Sam O'Sullivan certainly getting much more length into his kickouts than he was in the early stages. Getting height as well. This time travels about 35 yards, but almost stops instantly in the breeze. But it breaks nicely for John Hurley. He quickly picks it up and with the left foot gets inside towards Eamon O'Mahony. Eamon O'Mahony, quick reverse pass after Hurley again. There's a free man running outside. It's Declan Cremin again, the number 7, who really seems to have a free license to attack. Quick flick on by Jimmy Dennehy as far as Cremin. Number 12 in there though, coming back, well covering in defence. This time it's Philip Cantillon, gone way back deep for the men of Ballinora. The ball sent down the field by Cantillon, comes to Richard Dennehy. He in turn is fouled by Michael Tuig, and 50 yards out, make it 55 yards out, says the referee. Richard Dennehy trying to steal a couple of yards there, takes a very quickly taken free. Richard Dennehy towards Denny O'Leary. Denny O'Leary wearing number 9, toe to hand now on the left hand side of the Kishgame attack, going out here, the hand pass towards Eamon O'Mahony, very effective full forward, playing in a very deep role inside towards Richard Dennehy. Richard Dennehy 30 yards out, getting it inside to the brother again. Jimmy, the brother, trying to weave his magic, trying to get through on the 21-yard line. He's held up free in. It should be straightforward opportunity. The wind in their face though for Kishgame. But again, short passing, walking the oracle at the moment, John, for Kishgame.
Yeah, and as I speak, actually, John, there's a small bit of a flare-up. Jimmy Dennehy manufactured a good free there for himself, the free in. But you know, the man, again, and I said it before, the man who's orchestrating this whole forward line is Richard Dennehy at centre forward. He's drawing defenders. I've never seen a player from manufacture frees like he can do it. He makes guys foul him, he draws players towards him, and then he releases the ball. Eamon O'Mahony is having the game of his life. John Hurley, of course, after his exploits with Johanna in the last 2 years, become very well known. He's a very speedy player down the wing after an initial poor start. I'm a little bit surprised that Jimmy Dennehy's putting this ball on the ground, and with the wind that's there, I nearly have preferred to see players kick the free off the hand, but he's in front of the goal against the wind.
Yes, Jimmy Dennehy now just outside the 21, right-footed. His shot was correct. He judged it perfectly. Another point for Kishgame. They are moving steadily up the scoreboard at the moment, 2-3 to 5 points. Dennehy putting that one over from the 21. So what's the response from the men of Ballinora? Great campaign they've had, of course, winning the junior football, winning the junior hurling in 96 and 97 in Mid-Cork, and they are backed by one of the best goalkeepers in the county, Musgraves. Eddie Carey, a red jersey, sends it down the field with the right foot, gets it as far as the middle of the field. The tall men are there, the tall man who is at a great championship, Brendan O'Shea, trying to flick the ball inside. Half-back line there by Morris England for the men of Kishgame, but again it comes back towards Michael Toohey, who quickly gives it inside towards Kieran Conway on the right foot from a very awkward angle. He tries to swing it around. It surely is the point of the match for Ballinora. Magnificent score, really. The win judged to perfection. Great height in that, great accuracy, and a great boost for Ballinora's half-time comes here. That's a fantastic point, and that's certainly a candidate for the point of the match, no matter what follows. What follows in the first half will last for about 5 minutes, because we've played just over 25 minutes here in the first half in Carrigadraw. There's now 2 goals and to 6 points. That scoreboard is a little bit away from us in the distance. Let's hope it doesn't get too dark, because John Fenton Daly and myself will have to get out the binoculars to see it before the end of the afternoon. But we're doing our best at the moment. We can be sure that there are 3 points between them. The 3 points advantage, just a kick of a ball. But it's with Kishgame as the kick out for Samuel Sullivan lands in the middle of the field again. Ballinora going well enough in the last few minutes there. Finn Ballinora, the centre back, coming in behind the 2 midfielders again, walking a little bit of space to kick it right footed down towards the full forward line, and Kieran Conway, who's having a good half. It should break all the way through towards Samuel Sullivan. Samuel Sullivan has the time to go toe to hand to look around to see who he can kick it into open space. More or less it goes, asking plenty for him. No Manny to make this one. The big Kishgame full forward, who's having a great first half, picked up by Philip Cantle and gives it inside towards Alan O'Neill, and he and turn inside towards Finn Ballinora. Finn Ballinora, the centre back, with 6 on his back. Toe to hand goes away from Richard. Then he will be met over there again by Eddie England, but slips the ball out the far side of the field again towards the centre forward, Gary O'Halloran. High kick, long kick from Gary O'Halloran. This time the point not being registered. 3 points between them. The closing minutes of the first half. John, vital minutes and any half.
Vital minutes, and a while ago, John, I didn't get a chance to interrupt, but Kieran Conway, you know, Tomas, his brother, who's having a very, very good game, came in here with very high credentials, but his brother Kieran has kicked 2 absolutely superb points, and as I have to agree with you, that last score, even allowing for Kishgame 2 great goals in the first half, that was a great score, and got at the time that it was needed most. They're still only a goal down, remember, there's still only a score in it, and there's an absolute rain shower storm coming at us here as we look out, as that ball is cleared out of Morris Angdon from the goalkeeper. They're working out of the defence, and they're holding on to possession very well, considering the wind they're playing into.
Slow, precise football by Kishgame, but very, very effective. But eventually that kick up the field by Tony Scannell just stops dead in it. It comes gleefully for Alan O'Neill, who's there and waiting, and gives it out to old Kieran Reardon, and Kieran Reardon sending it down the line, looking over there for the number 15, Thomas Conway, his captain, who's gone across from left to right. But again, the strength of the wind carrying the ball and sending it way down over the end line for another kick out for Samuel Sullivan, who won't be in any particular hurry to take this kick out. The wind and the rain certainly coming at him. Rain sheeting into his face, so it's probably going to be one of the most difficult kickouts that he's had so far in the afternoon. Just checking that Ballinora substitute for you is Carl O'Connor, who's come in to play in the left corner back position. O'Connor coming in and playing left corner for Ballinora. This time Samuel Sullivan kicking out, but it just goes around almost a banana kick and swirls out over the sideline, landing about 45 yards out from the Kishgame goal. And again, the very tall and imposing figure of the midfielder Brendan O'Shea, kicking this one left-footed, dropping it high in again. Took it very, very quickly, in fact, and it carried away again with the wind, went behind again. And while Ballinora may be having difficulty judging this in the first half, as we said, it's going to be no easy task in the second half, John, for Kishgame to cope with it.
No, I'll tell you, I emphasise this again, John, that, you know, when you have a wind as strong as that, and at times as we have in the last couple of minutes, you get gusts of wind and rain and blowing into your face, and it's very hard to hold the ball back, and having the wind isn't a whole lot of use if it's going wide. Sam has actually done very well in his kick-outs after the initial 5-minute period. That's a very good low kick-out against the wind, out to almost 45 yards, 50 yards, and, you know, he's doing well to kick him out that distance, because it's very difficult to control the ball in these situations.
Finn Ballinora, the centre-back of Ballinora, has the ball from that kick-out. He's fouled. There'll be a quickly taken free. Maybe that was the order of the day from Michael Toohey. It goes inside quickly to who's ran into the constant. Might break again. Shot coming in over the bar. Indeed, a point of Ballinora scored over the bar we think it may have been Kieran Conway that caught it there in the driving rain, and from the distance, difficult to confirm that for you. It was Kieran Conway, we think. So that's 2 goals and 3 to 7 points. So just 2 points between them. A good finish to the half for the men of Ballinora. And again, that particular score being set up by Brendan O'Shea, the tall midfielder who had gone forward in one possession over there on the left corner forward position. Just under 30 seconds remaining here in the first half in Calgary Drogheda. Is very, very well poised for the second half. We should in fact have a great second half. We'll have a very entertaining first half as well. Sam O'Sullivan's kick out goes now to the number 7. That's Noel Meehan winning it. Good play by Noel Meehan. Gives it towards Philip Cantillon, who saw an awful lot of ball in the opening minutes of this half. Had scoring opportunities. This time he kicks it right-footed inside. Should be covered in defence this time by Eddie Anglin, coming across to the centre-back position. Wins it. Breaking out towards the Ballinora man again, and switched out towards the number 12, Philip Cantillon. Philip Cantillon now has a scoring opportunity on the 21-yard line. Right-footed kick. Has he judged it well this time? Puts it over the bar. Wonderful score indeed by Philip Cantillon. A great exhibition of point scoring by Ballinora in the last few minutes. That's a splendid score. Philip Cantillon putting the ball over the bar in a super mid-Cork champions, and it's now 2 goals and 3 points for Kishgame, or 8 points for Ballinora. What a great first half. There's an injury to Kishgame player John Fenton. This is the super finish for Ballinora.
Well, I said that, John, from the very start, that Ballinora impressed me with their, the way they were about their business, and right from the start of the game they seemed to be hugely committed, and in the first 5 minutes in fact they had well the better of it. But Kishgame is their want, and has been their tradition in the last couple of years. They're able to break and score goals, and against a win like that even more so, because they can catch you in a one-to-one situation. They got 2 tremendous goals in the shot time one another. They maximised their first half possession. I think, John, if I'm correct, they only had those 2 wides. And I'd say Ballinora at this stage must nearly have gone into double figures in wides, but that was a very good score from Philip Cantillon. This is a good Ballinora team. They're not going to be out of it by any means right up to the end of this game. There's only a point in it coming up to half time, and it's really anyone's game, despite the fact that this game will have the win in the second half.
We're now playing additional time in the first half. Sam O'Sullivan are about to resume. Pat O'Shea and Dennis O'Riordan, 2 members of the Ballinora club, are presently hospitalised. They are listening to us in University Hospital in Cork. Good afternoon to you, gentlemen. Hope you're enjoying the first half and hope you're cheering your side. You'll be hoping for victory. Kishgame will also be hoping for victory. And John Hurley from that kick out is soling forward towards Jimmy Denny. Left corner forward position. Jimmy Denny giving it quickly inside towards the brother Richard. Comes off him. Breaks away towards the corner back. Kieran O'Riordan now wearing number 2. Kieran O'Riordan using the hand pass to try and get it out to Oates' left half back Noel Meehan, who's come over to the right hand side of the field. A good clearance down the field by Noel Meehan. The ball bouncing over the back, and the forward that's come out. Who's reading as well back there? It's Eddie Anglin. The referee said we've seen enough of first half action at the moment. He decides to call a halt after half of injury time. A really, really exciting and eventful first half. A great advert for junior football. Conditions not good by any means, but John, it's been compulsive viewing here.
Very compulsive viewing, and you know, you must give credit to these 2 teams. Tremendous performance, very good football considering the conditions we have. And you know, the underfoot conditions, John, are quite good, considering that we have a very wet day here. Obviously the last couple of days were dry. That's probably had a bearing with frost during the week. Underfoot conditions quite good. Little or no water on the pitch. I didn't see any surface water. The wind really has been the main problem of the first half. And really, to synopsise that first half, you'd have to say that Ballinora applied themselves better to the task in the first 5 minutes, kicked 1 or 2 scores, had a number of bad wides, missing the target, a little bit off the target on a number of occasions, and then Kishgame broke away and they got 2 goals together at a stage that Ballinora were already leading by 3 points to 0. First goal coming from Niall Cronin and Jimmy Denny having made a break down the left, and a rebound, he got it. The second way, Mahoney, 2 minutes later, a man who was involved in both goals. That set him on their way. From there on, Ballinora chipped away at the lead, took their time, didn't panic, got back, and at this moment in time there's only a point in it. And obviously, while Kishgame have the advantage and will have the win, it's anybody's game, and you know, it's a very good football match.
So let's tell you what's happening in the rest of the matches around the county this afternoon. In Páirc Uí Rinn, there's just league match between Cork and Limerick. It's Cork 1 goal and 20 points, Limerick 6 points into the final 5 minutes there. The county under 21 hurling champion was 8 to 1 goal and 1 at half time. Now the match in Castlehaven in the Munster Club Senior Football Championship, great first half for Castlehaven. They lead Lawn Rangers 2 goals and 6 to 3 points, and John Fenton Daly, and others further updates coming into us from the Duhallow division.
Yes, this morning we had the semi-finals of the Duhallow Under-21 Hurling Championship, John. Ballinora and Fremont have qualified for the final. In the semi-finals play this morning, Ballinora beat Kilbrain by 2 points, 3-4 to 2-5. Fremont beat Newmarket 17 points to 1-1. And yesterday in the Under-21 football quarter-final, we had a great match going to extra time. Rockchapel and Kanturk drawing 2-12 each in Ballydevlin.
And a great second half, certainly in prospect here this afternoon in Carrigadragh to decide this championship. We have to decide in the second 30 minutes the two are going to be crowned. The second half is underway and Ballinora playing against the wind, but certainly they will have been buoyed up by the way they finished that first half. Here they are on the attack again, getting the ball forward towards their full forward. The full forward is Des Lynch. Des Lynch kicking it forward again into open space almost, looking for a run there. A good run inside and Martin Murphy's shot came off the upright. Very, very unlucky. The number 13 gone over to the left corner to regain the rebound from his own effort. They are being tackled, being challenged over there well by Donny England. The referee comes in and says Martin held on to the ball, failed to release it. Good defensive play by Donny England. Unlucky for Ballinora as they went forward, and Martin Murphy's first effort of the half coming off the upright. Good lively start by the Mid-Cork champions, just a point adrift, 2-3 to 8 points. Kick out taken, drops in the middle of the field, going for it, should make it there. Jim Toohey got a nasty little knock there. He went for an accidental injury, but comes back to the fullback of Ballinora again. Alan O'Neill frisking up the field again towards Brendan O'Shea, and Brendan O'Shea trying to release it inside, and there was the midfielder Dennis O'Leary for Kishgame. Dennis O'Leary sending it down looking for Jimmy, then he doesn't go all that fast. A short pass instead was the option that they look for. Now Kishgame have a little bit of space, sending it down the field again with Tim Galvin. Tim Galvin getting it down the field, quick reverse pass again inside to Outland Niall Cronin. Niall Cronin, you see foul now, he manages to stay on his feet. The referee says he saw the incident coming in, he's come back. In fact, he stopped the play for a moment because there's going to be a bit of attention for the Ballinora man, John, who got a knock just there on the start of the second half.
That's right, Matt. Murphy had a shot for a score just before that, John. Unlucky, came off the left post. He got it again with Donny England, who was a very, very tight battling defender, and of course Kishgame captain today. He forced him to overplay the ball. The ball was cleared out, and the wingbacks for Ballinora, Jim Toohey got injured. They were actually fortunate because his knocker Tim Galvin picked up the ball, and while play was going on, we came in an extra man. He played it to Eamon O'Mahony, and the ball eventually broke down inside. It was actually, I think, a free out, and this player appears to be barely injured at the moment. The weather has cooled down a small bit, the rain has stopped, the wind is still quite strong, but conditions have improved a little bit.
Yes, attention there, and indeed concern for Ballinora supporters who won't want to lose the man that's affectionately known as the daddy of the team, 36-year-old Jim Toohey, the Army Corporal. Indeed, he's receiving plenty of attention there from the Ballinora dugouts, the mentors on there, and also the physio on there again. Certainly the most experienced player on this team, and the referee standing over him just to make sure that he's going to recover from injury. But Jim Toohey looking a little groggily at the moment as he tries to pick himself up. A chance just to reflect on those half-time scores. Remember, all those matches, the Cork and Limerick matches nearing its conclusion, 120 to 6 points. That's almost over in Porky Rain. Castlehaven had wind advantage in the first half, 2-6 to 3 points they led in the first half, and as well as that, Courtly Rovers 2-8 to 1-1 ahead of St. Finbar's. Remember, they had wind advantage in the under-21 final. Good news for Ballinora. Jim Toohey is up on his feet and he trots forward about 20-25 yards just to prove the point that he's nothing the worst of wear there, as there's a free coming in to be taken by Jimmy Dennehy, the right-hand side, the 21-yard line. That free, in fact, went to Kishgame. Jimmy Dennehy from an awkward angle, sending it high up in the air, tried to call it to the right post to take it around over the crossbar. Didn't work. He was looking to see would the wind play it around and pull it over, but he took it out of the hands and the wind instead just drifted it behind. So still just a point between them at the moment here in Carrigadragh. 2 goals, 3 points for Kishgame and 8 points for Ballinora. This is an opportunity for the Ballinora goalkeeper for the first time, Eddie Carey, to kick the ball out against the wind. He had that good wind that is back in the second half. Now let's see how he copes with this from the left-hand side of his goal, getting plenty of height, and there's a fine kick out by Eddie Carey, dropping around just almost on the halfway line there. Dennis O'Leary and Michael Toohey going up for together, 2 number 9s opposite teams there, breaking towards the Ballinora man. He kicks it up the field, comes to one of his colleagues who stepped into the breach there. That's Brendan O'Shea, being held up, being battled, being held up a little bit by 2 of the Kishgame men, but again they managed to walk a little bit of space, comes out this near side of the field again towards Brendan O'Shea. Big Brendan O'Shea giving the short little hand pass inside again towards Philip Cantillon, and this is a very close play by Ballinora, and eventually the pressure exerted there by Kishgame, forcing them to send the ball out over the sideline and not making the progress that they would have liked to up the left hand side of the attack, John.
No, John, and I noticed actually it's very early days yet in the second half. We're only playing 4 minutes, but you know what I've noticed so far, I'm sure you've seen it as well, is there's been very little probing football by Ballinora coming out of defence. They forced that ball wildly, kicked it over the line, which you can't do. It's a vital mistake to make in these conditions, but Kishgame worked it much better in the first half. But remember, it did take Kishgame 5 or 6 minutes to get into their stride also against that wind.
We're still waiting for the first score of the second half. Maybe Kishgame can walk a score now as the ball goes down to John Hurley out on the left-hand side of the Kishgame attack. Uses the hand pass, gives it to Declan Cremen, the number 7, way up on attack. The 1-2 is played with him, gives it back towards John Hurley. He's a bag of tricks. He swings around again, sends the ball inside. Eddie Carey's first touch lets him down, but he gets it at the second attempt, and he has the opportunity to compose himself and to send the ball out towards Kieran O'Regan, his right cornerback, who eventually gets it to old Jim Tuig, and this time there's going to be a free out for Ballinora. Just for a moment, a little bit of a scare for Eddie Carey, but he recovered well, John.
He did, John. I'll tell you, I know you said he might have missed his first time. That was a very hard shot. He did very well because Hurley, he hit a looping ball and could have gone into the net over his head, and Eddie Carey proved himself there with the high ball. Maybe in the past he's made mistakes with high balls. That was a very, very good save, John, in a very dangerous situation.
And it set up a fine counter-attack, in fact, for Ballinora, who with Philip Cantillon have made a lot of strides over on the right-hand side of the attack. In fact, they have won a free down. I see some of the Ballinora mentors, certainly Dennis O'Neill and Brian O'Donovan, on their feet there. The fist up to their players. It's words of encouragement coming in their time to show that they have nerves of steel and indeed the ability to come forward and win this championship. Ballinora have done very, very well in the closing stages of the first half. They've certainly set up a good platform for the second half. They're just a point behind, and the fact that they're playing against the wind, well, I'm sure they'll hope to make light of that, as the Kishgame did at one stage in the first half, and they got 2 splendid goals. The men from Duhallow looking for their first championship since 1964, and 33 years since the cup went to Duhallow, to Kishgame, I should say. In 1964, their one and only championship, lost to Aaron Zone in 94. They were a point in the lead, but they're defending now as this sideline comes in from Jim Tuig of Ballinora, getting it up there. The left cornerback won it well. Donny Anglin sending it down. God drove 60, 70 yards. High bouncing ball there. The first to react is Fenn Balleri, and Fenn Balleri just sees the man loose outside him. That's sensible play again. Eventually it goes as far as Des Lynch, the full forward. Des Lynch is 60 yards out, gives it inside towards Fenn Balleri again. This now the probing football maybe that Kishgame played in the first half would have the centre direction. Good play by Fenn Balleri. There again, great one forward by the centre-back, toe to hand. He's made a lot of strides through the half of the defence, and he's held up, and that's the free end, and that's the chance created, I'm sure, that Ballinora were hoping to do with that short passing and indeed the intelligent movement through. They have a scoring opportunity now. It's not the easiest kick in the wall. It's about 28 yards out. The responsibility will rest again with their very talented team captain, Thomas Conway, the sales director, about to take this one. Another man who toured Australia with Cork way back in 1988, and here he's 26-year-old team captain. Goes back just a few yards to the left, a couple of steps, comes up with the right foot. The height might be slightly lacking. It comes off the cross now eventually, and it touched away there by Donny Anglin out the far side of the field towards Declan Cremen, and Declan Cremen coming inside now to give the ball towards Eddie Anglin, and he boots it down the field again. Well won, holding his ground there is Noel Meehan, right-footed. Noel Meehan for Ballinora, sending it in, dropping between the 21 and the 14, and again the boot eventually of Rayfield Murphy gets it out the field. The centre forward gets it. This time a shot from Gary O'Halloran, got away though to the right and gone away right of the post as far as Ballinora were concerned, and standing there watching in the Sam O'Sullivan, and no score being conceded there, John.
No, and a bit like the other end there, John, that kind of balances the books, because that free from Conway was kicked on the ground, and of course in the winter conditions when you're kicking on the ground, he was about 35 yards out. Distance was going to be a bit of a problem. Sam got his hand to it, but was one of the defenders, I think it was Rayfield, actually touched on the bar, and again a dangerous situation. They luckily enough cleared the ball, got it out, but we could have had a goal there too.
Low kick out, and this time it breaks well for Ballinora and Kieran Conway. Kieran Conway has made a lot of progress forward. He's fouled, he's held up. Another free in for Ballinora. Let's see what they can do. Just needs to get an extra foot or so into that kick this time. Again, Thomas Conway is running out to take it. It'll be from the right-hand side of the field, and Thomas knows the last effort, well, maybe this is a yard or two further out than the previous effort. He's taking his time this time, realizes that the last one was pretty close to the target, except for the hand of Rayfield Murphy going up and deflecting it off the bar. Again, a short run up by Thomas Conway. Very distinctive style as he comes up now, but gets the little dink underneath it and gets the height this time and puts it splendidly over the bar for the equaliser. It's the first score of the second half. It draws the teams level, and we've played 9 minutes of the second half, an enjoyable 9 minutes without a score, but certainly it's more enjoyable now from a Ballinora point of view. The green and red flags are seen again. This should be a tremendous finish to the Junior Championship. 2 goals and 3 points for Kishgame, 9 points for the men of Ballinora. It's all square here in Calgary. Sam O'Sullivan with the wind at his back, right-footed from the edge of the square. He gets it to the halfway line, pushed again by one of the Richard Dennehy, I think, the man that has been doing the sending down the middle of the field, pushing the back of Michael Tuig. That's a free again to Ballinora. This Certainly more encouraging for Ballinora as Finn Ballinora, the centre-back, picks it up, sends it in high, running with the ball and then kicking it a yard or two. It reaches the target. That target inside is the very impressive Thomas Conway, the team captain. Thomas Conway is being pushed out, but he sees a little bit of support coming. That support is from Jim Toohey, was injured a few minutes ago, but right footed Jim Toohey sends the ball inside. The goalkeeper's out to the right of his goal. Sam O'Sullivan stands up, goes out, drifts out a little bit, needs a little bit of help. He's getting it from John England, the right cornerback, doing what the right cornerback should do, help his goalkeeper, and eventually Kishke manages to clear out the field, comes to Tim Galvin, and Galvin down the field again, drops 60 yards on from the Ballinora goal, but Ballinora going well there on Finn Ballinora, has started the second half well. Jim Toohey switching it across again towards the centre field of Brendan O'Shea. This was very good approach by Ballinora. Brendan O'Shea going forward, tugging on the back of his shot is Declan Cremen. Fouling him is Declan Cremen, free into Ballinora. Chance for them maybe to go ahead, but it's going to be a difficult one. It's on the 45-metre line and Brendan stands there with the ball in his hand. He eventually drops it down and he gives it towards Gary O'Halloran to take this one. 43 metres out from the Kishke goal, dead straight in front of the post, but with that wind into his face, that's the decisive factor. We said it right from the outside that it could play a big part in this particular match. The teams are level at the moment, 2 goals and 3 points for Kishke, 9 points for Ballinora. This to put Ballinora ahead. Remember they led early on, but there was an excellent performance by Kishke with 2 goals, but Ballinora came back with brilliance at the end of the first half to come within a point of their opposition, and now they're about to take a free. There was an injury to one of the Kishke players over here. Is at the right cornerback. John England is on the ground. Attention coming in for John England, Jody Cronin, of course, the training coach, Jim O'Shea and Peter Daly, the backroom team that have put in so much work into this Kishke team, just like Dennis O'Neill and Mark O'Shea and Tim Toomey and Bernard Donovan and John Brosnan, the team boss, have put into this Ballinora team. Really, it's a tremendous test of a team's ability to win a junior championship, because you begin off in late spring, maybe early summer, and you finish here certainly in the depths of winter, and different ground conditions, different weather conditions, different temperatures as well. You have to keep a team primed right the way through summer, into autumn and into winter as well to win a championship. It's on a knife edge at the moment. The good news from a Kishke point of view is John England is on his feet. The free will be taken when John England gets back. It's quickly taken by Gary O'Halloran. He goes for the quick option, slipping inside to out Thomas Conway. Conway 10 yards further in is fouled again. This is a more scoring opportunity for Ballinora. The carrot is still there. If they put this one over the bar, they're ahead by a point again. And the watch in the second half has now aged well over the 10-minute mark. We've played 12.5 minutes. Second half here, an opportunity for Gary O'Halloran, the centre forward of Ballinora, to put the Mid-Cork team ahead. Remember, championships in the division in 1990 and 96 and 97, but never a county championship. Could this be the day? We'll wait, we wonder. And so too do the crowd here. Hush now as Gary O'Halloran comes forward, kicking it in, right footed, got the high, just edged over the bar. Gary O'Halloran puts the men of Ballinora ahead, and the green and red are seen, and Ballinora certainly, John, have taken the game to Kishke in the second half.
Well, John, almost identical to the first half, in fact, because the situation is that for the first part of the second half, Ballinora appeared to be totally at odds with what they were doing. They were blasting the ball all over the sideline, and very similar to that, Kishke at the first half, but they got the game together. And as I speak, there's a very, very important tactical substitution being made. John Doody, who had some great matches in Duhallow in the championship, and indeed in the county championship, is coming on, and he's coming into the original peak position of right corner forward. And if he is, I see Niall Cronin moving at the moment outfield. I don't know who's coming off. There doesn't appear to be anybody else coming off as yet, but certainly John Doody is on, John, and his man has the ball and is down the right corner position.
Yes, John Doody in as Kishke a little bit worried in the start of the second half, because Ballinora have scored 2 points. Ballinora lead at the moment by 10 points to 2 goals and 3 points for the men of Kishke. Kishke are making that substitution, and John Doody, certainly the man that has come into the team. We're just checking and seeing who they have taken off. It looks like the centre forward Richard Dennehy made a very impressive start to the game, but Richard Dennehy is making his way towards the dugout. He's the one that reluctantly goes off the field as the men of Ballinora come forward again. Finn Ballinora sending it out right hand side of the field towards the centre forward Gary O'Halloran. Gary O'Halloran drifting away over there, the driving rain into his face as he goes straight forward again, push on the back leg. The ball will still break out. Ballinora retain possession. Kick coming in this time from Phil Cantlin, dropping inside towards Thomas Conway again. Looking forward, there was Kieran Conway behind him. Shot eventually coming in. It's a point over the bar for Ballinora, and they lead by 2 at the moment. 3 unanswered points against this famous win that we've spoken so much about for Ballinora in the second half. 2 goals and 3 points to 11 points. And Ballinora certainly at the moment look to have the team, John, with the bit between their teeth.
Certainly, John, and I have to remind you of one of your comments before the game. You were looking up here to the left and you were saying that we'd probably be seeing very little action up there. Well, I'm just going to remind you that practically 90% of the scores in this game have been got up at that corner where you would not have expected it. And just the same as in the first half, Ballinora have really taken flight since they got to space of the wind, against the wind. And Thomas Conway, who was very well held down in the first half, has kicked a lovely score on the turn with very, very little room. They're 2 points up. But expect to come back from Kiscayne. I tell you, John, I've seen it come back from a lot worse than this, and Kiscayne are going to be in this game to the very end.
Yes, this is the championship of the great survivors. Both Kiscayne and Ballinora have survived an awful lot to get here today. And they're here, and John Doody is going forward with his first touch of the ball. The Kiscayne second half substitute has it in his familiar right corner forward position. The ball kicked out over the line over there by the substitute Carl O'Connor. The sideline for Kiscayne. Yet both of those teams looked down and out during the course of the summer and the early winter as well, as they went through their championships and the county stage, but they've survived, shown tremendous character to get here today. Who will have the nerves of steel in the closing 20 minutes? John O'Holly kicks it in, but kicks it to the right and wide. 2 goals and 3 points for Kiscayne, with 11 points for Ballinora. 15 minutes remaining here in Carrigadragh. You're listening to 103 FM County Sound in association with Flo Griffin Electrical. We are bringing you the climax to this Junior Football Championship of 97, and what a climax it is here in Carrigadragh. It's certainly a great entertainment, tremendous effort, tremendous dedication being shown, and tremendous skill as well at various stages during the course of this match. Eddie Carey's kick out held up against the wind, but a super leap in the air by Brendan O'Shea went highest, reminiscent of his namesake from across the county bounds. Brendan went up left in the air, caught it, came down with the ball free to Ballinora. They hold the advantage by 2 points. 11 points to 2 goals and 3. Remember, all but 2 of this panel went to Ballinora National School. They've bonded together right since their youth, this Ballinora team, and certainly that has seen them in good stead throughout the course of the championship. Can they stay together? Can this magic formula work for another 15 minutes as they come forward again on the attack again? A lightning raid now by Ballinora, and Martin Murphy showing good total hand skill. Gone inside his man again, left-footed kick high, and a great touch away by the goalkeeper Sam O'Sullivan. Was it going into the top left-hand corner? Well, Sam didn't stand around to wonder. He caught it, tipped it away, sent it down the over the sideline, and it's a sideline for Ballinora over there 60 yards out. They're anxious now to keep the momentum going, maybe to take the sideline very, very quickly as Kiscayne try to steady again. Are they making another substitution? It looks like the men in the All Blacks are ringing the changes now. They've made one already. Remember, already in is and now John England is going off, and it looks like who's coming into the Kiscayne team at the moment. Bernard Breen as well. The Breens, of course, very much associated with Kiscayne. Bernard Breen comes into play at right cornerback. Signs of concern then for Kiscayne, but they've won this ball. They are going toe-to-hand over there with Declan Cremen. The number 7 hasn't had as much license to roam in the second half because Ballinora have kept pushing them back. They take a sideline 40 yards out from goal with Des Lynch. Very quickly taken sideline towards Martin Murphy over there. Martin Murphy 30 yards out from goal again. The hand pass goes back very quickly towards Des Lynch. Left-footed, that full forward comes in, but this time the finish isn't up to the usual high standards which we've seen for Ballinora in the last few minutes. It's gone behind, it's left and wide. John Fenton Daly, the Kiscayne followers, will be looking for a score at this stage. They really do need to get on the scoreboard in the second half.
They do, John. They brought on 2 subs. They're trying to bring an injection in, and they've done this in other championship games where they've often brought on 3 subs within a 5-minute period, and I see another player maybe very well warming up. Amazingly, John, the second half, you'll note, I think Kiscayne has had 1 wide. 1 near goal chance, okay, from John Hurley. Both chances came from John Hurley, but they actually haven't got close to scoring otherwise. It's absolutely amazing the way that Ballinora have come back into this game and controlled it. Richard Lee's gone off. He's obviously a loss. But Eamon O'Mahony has the ball now, and he was one of the main players in the first half.
Eamon O'Mahony, the full forward, but out around the halfway line. Eamon O'Mahony switching it towards the substitute John Doody, maybe one of the freshest men on the field. It's been an energy-sapping game, a good play indeed by John Doody. He's gone around his marker, that's Dennis Lane, and he's held up as he tries to get through towards goal. That's a free in, but the angle again will be awkward, John.
Well, and I think that was referees had a good game, John, but I must say that was a disappointing decision because John Doody had slipped his marker. He was gone in. This is a wide free. I know he's close in, but he's quite wide.
Yes, the shot coming in this time stuck high. Is this the opening one in the second half? Denny O'Leary puts it over the bar. The first one for Kiscayne. They needed that certainly. 11 points for Ballinora. 2 goals and 4 for Kiscayne. Just a point between them. 11 minutes remain here in Carrigadragh. A great football championship match here. A great highlight to the season. A great end to the season. Substitution is on the way for Kishgame. Certainly that's a quick fire operation there by Kishgame. They are third one in the space of 5 minutes. David O'Leary, who came on as substitute in the semi-final and got crucial scores. David O'Leary is on. This is certainly the squad game as far as Kishgame are concerned. Tony Scanlon is making his way off the field, so David O'Leary and John Doody are on in the attack as Kishgame go forward. They're just a point behind again. David O'Leary has the ball, gives it to Jimmy. Then he told John O'Holly. John O'Holly at the 21 shot. Brilliant save by Eddie Carey. Magnificent save by Carey indeed. Ran forward. John Holly, he did. Shot it from the 21. Point blank. Tremendous reaction.
An absolutely brilliant save, John. I've seen him save 2 balls against Duhallow in the championship down in Kentucky for Musby. 2 outstanding saves. That was even better because that was kicked low and hard by John Hurley. He was set up beautifully by Morris Anglin initially, the focal point of defence coming forward, extra man to Jimmy. Jimmy gave it to John. John was right through the middle. Hit it perfectly. You couldn't complain about John's delivery of the ball. Interestingly enough, John Hurley had a great save brought off of Eddie Carey in the senior championship match in Duhallow and Musby, and the same has happened today. That's a vital score, and it could be yet the defining moment of this game. But Jimmy Denny now has a 45, and he's well capable of putting this over with the win behind him.
Yes, a piece of skill to grace any sporting occasion. A wonderful save from Eddie Carey as Jimmy Denny, he kicks it in from an awkward angle. The 45 is tailing away, but it won't go out of play. It's still in play. The fullback for Ballinora, Alan O'Neill, goes down. Is there a second 45 being conceded? Yes, there is. It's another 45. This time away on the extreme right as Kishgame go forward. Jimmy Denny took it from the extreme left. This extreme right, the ground still agog, a buzz after that wonderful bit of skill. John Hull ran straight through the heart of the Ballinora defence and a magnificent save at pace. He spun away to the right. Maybe in this championship for a long time. Jimmy Dennehy this time with the 45, this time a more central position. He was way up in the left before, this time just a yard or two to so Jimmy Dennehy calling it in, but this time he seems to have called it away to the right, and the umpire the hands there indicating it's wide. The clock is ticking away, but John, it would be a brave man who would wager bob or two on this one.
Yeah, but that's very disappointing, John, because the goal save was one thing, you recover from that, but Jimmy will be disappointed himself because he's such a fantastic free taker, and 50 from time to time when you have the distance, he generally has the direction, and today he had the distance, but the direction went wrong both times, and he'll be disappointed with that.
Eddie Carey's kick out has a tail in it again, like the first half kicks from Simon O'Sullivan. A bit of a banana kick. The wind took it straight out over the sideline. It's about 50 yards. And for Kishgame as Morris Anglin takes a booming kick, right foot, a great height, great. Eddie Carey comes out of goal. The touch on it, and it's gone for another 45. So now they come from a point adrift. 11 points for Ballinora and 4 for Kishgame. Maybe championship we said was late finishing in December. Well, when it's going to finish, because there's a draw still very much on the horizon. Third 45 inside 2 minutes. This time the first one to the left of the goal. The right footed kicker will surely hand post and hope it calls around. Here he goes. Doesn't seem to have as much distance. He went for that right upright, but he shaved it on the wrong side. It's another wide. They're throwing away this championship in the last few minutes. 11 points for Ballinora, 2 goals and 4 for Kishgame. It's a time to broaden the shoulders. It's a time to dig in. And it's a time maybe for heroes to be born, match winners. 6.5 minutes here in Carrigadroid. Kishgame a point behind. A point to the good, 6 minutes away from their Kishgame 6 second one, 11 in the game. Kishgame on the attack again. Ballinora covering well there. Alan O'Neill, the fullback, has a fine game. Left of the defence, he fisted out this near side of the field, bringing it out of the defence again. Slow play by Ballinora. It will be okay. It's cautious if they get it. Indeed, they've won a free. That will waste a few more precious seconds and will help again maybe for them to reorganize themselves again. The minutes now ticking very much away. I might have said and a half. Well, I can tell you definitely at this stage there's about 6 3/4 left. I might have skipped a minute there a few minutes ago with the excitement of it. And lost now in the closing stages. A free to Ballinora. And David O'Leary, the substitute, reacts. So too does Morris Anglin, trying to kick it. Gets inside towards David O'Leary. The linesman is indicating it's a sideline for Kishgame, just inside the Ballinora half of the field here. The majority of the supporters banked over the far side of the ground here in Carrigadroid. It's a very, very large, colourful across here. Atmosphere, well, it's certainly maybe a little bit unchanged. their nerves at the moment as the long kick goes forward. Over there, Kishgame again trying to go forward. Keanu Reardon bringing it out for Ballinora, getting a bit of help from Jim Tuig on the right hand side of their defence again. Kicked up the field, but Tuig has it across the sideline. His hand, it's another sideline for Kishgame territorially. John Fenton Daly certainly at this stage. Kishgame pushing forward. Have just seen that as a free to Ballinora.
Well, John, it just goes to prove what I said in the first half, how difficult it is to score with the wind behind you. Fine if you're keeping the ball straight and accurate. Kishgame has had a lot of chances. Morris didn't even want to go there, kicked a boomer of a ball from the right-hand touchline, nearly went over the bar. Eddie Carey punched it out with both hands. He couldn't even afford to try and catch it because there's so much momentum in that ball. Jimmy Denny comes to 3:45. John Henry had another ball taken off the line by Eddie Carey, and then a number of other chances. And their only score, believe it or believe it not, in the second half has been 1 pointed free, an excellent free from the right-hand side by Dennis O'Leary. That's the sum total of their scoring. Hard to believe that they haven't actually scored from play in the entire second half. And what won't help them here now is that Ballinora have a break in play, they have a man injured. They have a free from where the ball landed out near the sideline, about 50 yards out from their own goal. There's a hole up in the play, that'll suit them fine. They'll try and kill off the watch. And you know, while you've been watching the play, John, I've been looking up here to my left to amazingly enough to see only two players, one from each side, on the other half of the field for long stretches in the second half.
And Kishgame, that free is taken by Ballinora. It's won by Kishgame. Kick down now. Is it running away from Eddie Carey? Eddie comes out, stands his ground, sees it run behind the goal, and that's a kick out for the Musgrave goalkeeper for the Ballinora stalwart. And Ballinora stalwart, certainly they all will be if they can hang on to this lead at the moment. 11 points for Ballinora, the men in the red. Kishgame, all black from Duhallow. What a finale we have here. The minutes, well, scales 4.5 minutes in Calgary. For many years, Ballinora, but certainly they are, as a football club as well, can they win this championship, or will it be Kishgame's day? Eddie Lynch, the full forward, sends it up to where normally he would occupy, because Ballinora are back in defence now. They're working hard, but they have one possession with Martin Murphy giving it inside towards Philip Cantillon. Philip Cantillon stoling toe to hand, 35 yards out now. Make it 30. He's held up, he's fouled. You see, the referee is awarding a free. Philip Cantillon doesn't want to know about it. He goes on, he kicks it, drops it inside again. Thomas Conway running for it, won by the Kishgame man down, sent out towards the middle of the field towards Dennis O'Leary. Dennis O'Leary held up by Lynch as he sends it down, but he gets his kick. It drops 50 yards out from goal again. Alan O'Neill comes out for the heavy. The ball sent it. Davis, he went 1-on-1 with the goal. It's a free in for Kishgame. It surely is the equaliser. But Jimmy Dennehy ran 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. It's a free into Kishgame. Dennehy went. Eddie Carey came out wary to block the initial effort, but in the muzzle that developed, it's a close range free for Kishgame. They've missed a few in the last few minutes, but surely they won't miss this one. 2-4. 11 points for Ballinora. This one would make it 2-5 for Kishgame. 11 points for Ballinora. The responsibility surely will be with Jimmy. Money on him equalising.
Certainly, Niall Cronin really set him up there with a lovely through ball. But again, Eddie Carey is having a tremendous game, John. And I suppose it was hard to have a man of the match, to be quite honest about it, despite some great performances in Kishgame outfield. Carey's had a brilliant game, and I think he's going to kick this over. He's right in front.
Oh, Jimmy Denny puts it over the bar. The teams are level. It's 11 points for Ballinora. It's 2 goals and 5 points for Kishgame. We have 2.5 minutes remaining here in Calgary. The Hurling Championship final last weekend, unfortunately, win between Castle Lions and Coastal Rovers was a cracker, a great finale. Well, the foot is living up to all expectation here this afternoon. It's on a knife edge. It's in the balance. Who will win it? Will any team win it? Or does any team deserve to lose it? We are Kishgame now seem to have got renewed. O'Leary going forward, trying to get it down the left-hand side towards John Hurley. Ballinora there, though, in defence, and Kieran Reardon and Jim Tuig, who worked tirelessly throughout the course of the afternoon, combined together to get it to Brendan O'Shea. Brendan O'Shea on his own halfway line. They are flicking the ball across towards Michael Tuig, the number 9, the centre fielder, going towards. He's crossing. This is a slow build-up by Ballinora, but it's a very positive one as well. They know where they're going. Finbar O'Leary has done well as centre-back, flicking the ball in front. Progress up the field. Martin Murphy running forward again, stalling forward. You see, held up towards Gary O'Halloran. Gary O'Halloran has the ball. There's a free out to the men of Kishgame because Gary O'Halloran went forward there, maybe hoping that the foul might be committed, but O'Halloran held onto the ball. There's a free out for Kishgame. Chances now maybe at the other end for Kishgame, bearing in mind the long wind, bearing in mind maybe a long delivery down the field, maybe out of the hand will it. The goalkeeper Samuel Sullivan is going to take it from 25 yards out from his own goal. Right foot of the white jersey, the black cap, the black short, looks for a man in a black jersey. John Hulley, the greyhound, the number 12, has it in the middle of the field, turns left, turns it right, uses the hand pass to flick the ball out this near side of the field again. Will the hand pass be used again? It will indeed by Miles Angland. Miles Angland sending the ball down the line again. Kishgame building constructively now with Declan Crimmon. Declan Crimmon giving it shot left by David O'Leary, left and wide. And Daly for David O'Leary.
I'll tell you, John, it was more than a chance, because if you had seen David O'Leary come on as a sub against Tyke McCormick, he got 2 chances in the last minute. He put a 2 over the bar. I would have put my life on David O'Leary putting that over. He got it in his left foot, a lovely move by Kishgame, and he really, I thought, would have put it over because he's so good at that sort of thing, but it is a pressure match, John, and I'd say at this stage the ref may blow it up for a draw if he gets the opportunity.
Yes, we've played the 30 minutes in the second half. It's at the discretion of the referee, Jimmy Dennehy for Kishgame, Fendal Leary for wins it, gets the free out for the men of Ballinora. They take it very quickly, too quickly, says the referee. The time is looking at their watches here. Not too many looking at the play. Taken, gets to Michael, still inside his own half of the field. The Ballinora man is fouled. The teams are left. Kishgame 2 goals and 5 points. 30 minutes, 33 seconds have been played. Thomas Conway, the team captain, being hounded by Harry. There's a free in for Ballinora. There's a free in. Will it be the last kick of the game? It's about 30 yards out from the Kishgame goal. The captain is standing confidently over it. The captain is Thomas Conway. Gary O'Halloran is also interested in taking it. Thomas, well, you've the responsibility. What's he going to do? He leaves the ball. Light his name up in lights forevermore in Ballinora. If this kick goes over the bar, it looks as if Ballinora will win the county championship, because certainly by our reckoning there wasn't a whole pile of injury time in the second half. We played 1.5 minutes. It's out from the Kishgame goal. The black and white flags are behind. The red and green flags are ready to go up in the air. The shot comes in from O'Halloran. It's high. It's over the bar. Could that be the kick that would bring the cup to Cork? It could well be, because there's time for precious else. A very, very quick kick out. A hastily taken quick out by Samuel. The score to equalise. John O'Holly has the ball back in his own half-back line. The number 16 now sends it down the field as well. That's Tim Galvin. Tim Galvin getting it down the line again. He had one look at the watch. The ball is with a Ballinora. Inside, Ballinora lead by a point. Seconds away. His to Carl O'Connor, and going over the sideline. The referee looks at the watch for the second time. The man is taken out from his own goal. We've 2 minutes. Ballinora at the moment. 12 points to 2-5. A scoring opportunity for John Hulley. John Hulley 30 yards out from goal. Is he fouled? Is he held up? The referee looks at the watch. No. He awards a free out for Ballinora. Was it the last opportunity for Ballinora? The mentors on the sideline here, they're not on the edges of their seat any longer, I can tell you that. At the moment, Eddie Carey decides that he will come out from goal to take this one. No. Discretion, the better part of Valley. Up the field looking for Brendan. Kick is coming in. My watch has gone well. No, there's a free for Ballinora. And it looks like 3 minutes into additional time that this surely the final opportunity for Kishgame has gone a-begging. They found scores very, very difficult to get in the second half. They are point adrift. 12 points for Ballinora, 2 goals and 5 for Kishgame. Bravery being shown in abundance by both teams here, with Ballinora have the advantage by a point as Gary O'Halloran takes this one 60 yards out from goal. Again, the referee, was he just about to blow the whistle? He wasn't. Ended up to the left corner to Thomas Conway, and it's a sideline for Kishgame. 10 yards from their own sideline. It's at the wrong end of the field as far as Kishgame are concerned. The referee awards them a free throw. Eamon O'Mahony, number 14, spent a lot of time in attack. Well, he's way back in defence now. Eamon O'Mahony has won a free out, and he's for Ballinora, trying to hold the man. He takes this one 3.5. Corner back. The yards again towards. Further up again as Ballinora go forward. Goal line, quarter hand off. Kiss came in for the ball. Philip Cantlin getting the ball up towards Thomas Conway. Will the action in with the captain? The captain has it in the left corner over the corner flag. If he was a soccer player, he would take it in there. He would hold it up, and in fact that's what they have done. They can way into the corner. There's a push in the back by a Kish game, and there's and John stop.
Well, I have to say at this stage, John played the ball very well. Ballinora, you have to give him credit, and I suppose the odd margin the better team in the second half. The way they've held up the ball there, and in fairness, I think the ref has lost one in the board out here in this situation trying to draw it.
Thomas Conway with a shot coming in for Ballinora. Could this be the final icing on the cake? Maybe they don't need that icing. Certainly, again, the Ballinora players are asking the referee to check his watch. We make it almost 35 minutes have been played. That's 5 minutes of injury time. He's looking at it now. The whistle maybe is about to go to the mouth. Is this about to indicate that Ballinora have won the championship? It certainly is. And for the first time ever, junior football champion, quarter football in mid-Cork. Were asked could order be carried all the way, but today in glorious fashion Mid-Cork is triumphant, Musgrave is triumphant, and most of all Ballinora are champions, John.
Yes, a great performance, John, and I must let me congratulate Ballinora. They played some lovely football, and you know, we have seen some terrible exhibitions of bad football right at so-called top All-Ireland final down this year. We've seen a lot of teams try to grind other teams into the ground with very, very dirty sort of play, hitting fellas off the ball. There was none of that today. This is a tremendous open game. It played in terrible conditions at times. The second half, granted, the weather was a bit better. The wind never abated. And what I said to you earlier in the game, John, the team against the wind would often clear.
All right, lads, come on, lads.
Ballinora players over here.
Get over. Give somebody else a shot.
Oh! Very much.
Hold the white now, let's hold the white, hold the white, hold the white, hold the white.
You did the fucking stuff.
Take it easy, lads, easy.
Go over there. Make sure to go over there because they, you know, I want to get the lads in with that.
Keep moving.
Huh?
But he stayed there now, lads.
On behalf of the Cork County Board, it's my privilege to congratulate you to all teams on a fantastic game that we witnessed here this afternoon.
Speak up!
And I believe it's 65 years since the championship went to Ballinora. I know it's my great privilege to present to a very worthy captain, Tomas Conley.
When this team started out 2 years ago, nobody could have foreseen what was going to happen today.
Bit of order.
But thanks to the great work, we're our management team, John Brosnan, Brian O'Donovan, our selectors, Marky Shea, Tim Toomey, Dennis O'Neill. This is what made it today. This is all. There's so many people to thank now, just start with our sponsors. Thank South Island Petroleum.
Sean White. Oh, Sean.
I want to thank our two first aid ladies. They're at our both sides. We thank them.
He deserves the cup.
And I want to thank our supporters. You were absolutely magnificent in the last couple of years. Finally, I want to thank this game for a sporting game. It could have went anywhere near the end. We just wish them all the best in the future. 3 cheers to Chris Game. Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray! Hip hip! Hooray!
Get hurt.
Oh, they are. One tick though.
Do you want to go back individually? I'll ask you one question. If you want to go in and sort of, you probably all know what you want to do each other.
Maybe I'll stay together, shouldn't we?
Will you?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
It's only about 6-7 minutes anyway, is it?
That's all, yeah. That's all. Yes, I can, Vince, no problem, yeah. Okay. Yeah, hello? Yeah, no problem. Hello? Well, championship final, joined by members of the Victoria team and the backroom team. First of all, star goalkeeper Eddie Carey. Eddie, many congratulations, a super success. What does it mean to bring a county medal back to your club?
Unbelievable, it's very hard to describe. It's ridiculous anybody's achievement or in a small club. Mind you, we knew we were going to do it, so we knew we were going to do it from the start. It's great to work with the players well to finally bring it back at this stage.
Well, the buzz around the ground after the match was all about the Ballinora win, but it was also about 2 great incidents in the second half, and both of them concerned yourself. Great saves. Let's talk about the two of them. First of all, John Hull here ran through it. Looked to be a goal all over, and you made a magnificent reflex save. Tell me what you remember about it.
I remember kicking into John Murphy first. Then just getting it off as quick as I could. I'm big enough, and they were getting it, but I get out close and they can't get anything past me, so we were practicing that to hit sore legs all week, so we just want to keep up there big as I can.
And the second save concerned Jimmy Dennehy when a long ball came through your defence again, and he seemed to be running in at you. You came out 1-to-1 and made a vital block.
That's all the soccer training and things I've been doing. I'm not too pleased about it. I'll just again get out there as quick as I can. I was lucky. I touched the ball twice in the first half. I was picked the ball out of the net, so it's a turn to make up for it. You know?
Yes, in the second half, it was quite an extraordinary game in fact. You had to win in the first half, and Kishgame had the better of it on the scoreboard with those 2 vital goals. In the second half, it was almost completely the reverse. How do you explain such a situation?
So we've been coming from behind all year. Probably suits us better. We're very good at carrying the ball, and what we saw there today was just the grit and determination from all our players. We knew we were down and backs against the wall, and I don't think anybody gave us a hope right throughout the year. So that suits the team better, I think. We were more keen to just make amends and work hard at it, which is what we have been doing all year, which is what we did today.
John Brosnan is the team manager. John, I dare say from a selector's or from a manager's point of view, it must have been nerve-wracking in the closing few minutes of the match. It really was on a knife edge.
Well, as selectors and the team management, we feel that the players have been putting us under pressure like that all year. I'm sure that they're doing it on purpose, you know. But we would be very confident, even though that we were caught for those 2 goals in the first half. I don't think any of us, managers, selectors or players, felt that we were out of the game, you know. We went in at half time and there was some home truth spoken. We planned the second half. The training, we have trained quite a lot in these kind of conditions. As you can remember, the last couple of weeks have been wet. Brian has put the players through a lot of these kind of conditions. Holding the ball, shot passing, and it really paid off there in the second half. You know, we held the ball, and we held possession, and we took the scores from that game.
Yeah, Brian, of course, is Brian O'Donovan, the team trainer. Brian, of course, it was a very different game in both halves. You were against the win, so it was going to be a change of tactics really with the short passing. Were you confident in the position the team was at half-time that you would come and win the championship?
Yeah, I was a bit surprised to be down at half-time. The second half suits us because we're playing against the win. We're a big, strong team. We're good ball carriers, and we worked hard, as John had said, through the year, carrying the ball, 1-2, working for each other, and just finding qualities in this team with a great heart. And I always knew we'd be there and thereabouts at the end, you know.
You will appreciate as a team trainer that there's very different qualities needed to win a match. The early championship match, and it's a good, maybe fine day in dry sod.
Yeah, well, we're good on all conditions, you know. We played during the summer in fine weather, you know, and we clocked up some good scores. And same in the muck, you know, we can play it anyway at all, you know. We don't mind. We play any team, there's no problem at all.
And the team has shown this tremendous character to come from behind, to knuckle down and to produce the scores really when the odds seem to be against them.
Yeah, we've a habit of doing that, but I suppose that comes with a bit of winning, you know. It's kind of like a habit, and we keep going. We've come from behind, like, and we've done it so many times, it just kind of comes naturally to us. We keep fighting till the very end, we keep plucking away, keep taking our scores, and we're always good in the last 10 or 20 minutes. Like.
John, as team boss, let's look back on the reading of today's game. You started very well with a few points, and those 2 Kish game goals really came as a bolt out of the blue, because before that you had dominated possession.
They were typical Kish. That's the way that they play the game. They hold the ball, they run with it as well. They're a bit like ourselves. But I think even when they got the goals, we gradually took it pint by pint. We kept coming back at them. It was a game of attrition, and at half time we were only a pint behind, you know, and we went in feeling that we were quite capable of doing it again. We came here against the area in this same pitch early in the summer, and it was we got the goals. But as Brian said, no matter whether it is goals or pints, we've been able to produce them. It would have been nice to get a goal today. It would have made it easier for everybody, but the goal didn't come. But our pint taking was proved there today. We got a great number of pints for, you know, what most people would consider bad conditions, really.
And finally, Eddie, whilst you made the vital saves at one end, to be fair to the lads, they got the vital scores at vital times. What were your thoughts as you looked down the field in that final free, in the final few seconds, the county championship betting up to Gary O'Hara?
So, Gary's been doing well all year, and theirs has been easier, probably. He's the player of the year from us, and he's been utterly reliable. He's man of the match in the quarter final. I know that our forwards were on song today, and our forwards always have it in the goods. They did it today. They did it when it was asked of them the most, and when their backs were up against the wall. We can confidence in Gary. We were just waiting for it.